Don't feel too bad, Chase. Chase, do you have a date? Do you have a date tonight, Chase?
Do you have Telegram, Dave? I can show you all.
Yeah, I have Telegram.
Message me at McDickens.
I don't know how to use Telegram well.
These motherfuckers keep complaining about the games. These motherfuckers took your land.
I'm Dave Brewster 123 on Telegram. Dave Brewster 123.
1 second. Dave Brewster. Well, no, I'm not gonna use this. That's what I use. Okay, so sorry.
Dave Brewster 123.
Dave Brewster 123. That's not gonna talk about what it is. So I'm gonna send you a message saying, Maker, confirm receipt.
Okay.
Confirm receipt, nigga.
Received.
Receipt, amazing. So that's, there you go. That's this one. So,
Oh, that's you?
yeah, I'm on it.
Okay. You're not a too bad looking guy. I pictured you much uglier.
Yeah, because people think that I actually like tournaments. They don't understand that these nuts are pristine. That's why Chase would be chasing my race.
You look very French in that picture.
I know I'm bald. There's nothing going wrong. That's nigga. Took a picture with your shirt off. You don't look as good as me. That's actually you can find my nipples.
Oh my God.
They're on there, bitch. Stop talking. Well, I don't have it anymore, but you can find it on Clubhouse. I got banned, so I posted my nipples, and then I got banned, and then my nipples are forever floating in cyberspace. You can still find it. There's me flexing like a sexy white beast. Let's see you. That's how you do it, nigga. That's how you do it.
Let's see if you can do better, bitch,
When I attack you, nigga, that's how you do it.
Let's see what you look like, bitch nigga.
Oh, Q has that's not my nipples, Q. Q, do you have my nipple picture?
No, this is my nipple. Safe for work.
I don't have my nipple picture anymore. I mean,
You want to know why I think you look like a French guy right away?
yeah.
I'm going to send you a picture of a guy I know that's from Quebec, and I can't help but think you look a little bit like him, except a lot more put together.
It's the first time anyone ever tells me that I look French. Usually they say I look, some people say I look Latino, like a lot Brazilian and Argentinian for some reason. A lot of people say
Nigga,
that,
you look like shit.
which is very weird.
You see the picture?
Send it.
I sent it.
This is French for this
Yeah.
the bull Bitcoin guy. I don't look like this guy. Come on.
Oh, yeah, you do a little bit. A little bit.
I agree with Dave. Yes, you do.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Of course not. I don't look like this guy at all.
Yo, that guy, I love that guy. So, take it as a compliment.
Yeah, well, I think he's unhinged. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that about him.
I don't look like that guy at all. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, do you think you're not unhinged?
I am unhinged. No, I'm much more collected than this guy.
That's because he has more money and more land than you.
Yeah, maybe. I sent you another picture. I don't look anything like this guy. What are you talking about? Check it. Like nothing at all, bro. Nothing. I'm more like I'm like a good church boy. This guy, he can't even grow a beard. What are you talking about?
Good church boy cock.
Do you want to see my Islamic beard face? I can show you my Islamic beard face. There you go. That's when I was 20. Check that.
Alright.
I was growing my beard. I wanted to look
Nice.
like a Muslim.
Nice. Oh, I like Q's picture.
Huh? Oh, Q's picture. Where is it?
You like Dave Smith? Jimmy Gillis?
Wait. No, it was a nipple.
Yeah, that's what I said nipple. That's his nipple.
How's the nipple?
Because I have pink nipples. He doesn't have pink nipples.
My nipple is pink.
My nipples. Nigga, I'm polo. I'm olive. I have a pink nipple.
Rabbi has pepperoni nipples.
My nipple. No, I don't have pepperoni nipples. I don't have pepperoni nipples.
Like a female.
My nipples are perfect. No, my nipples are not pepperoni. How do I? Bro, I don't have. I would have posted it if I had it, but you can still find it. If you go, just go on Clubhouse and put Rabbi and pretty sure you can find
It
it.
looks like a piece of pepperoni with a pimple on it.
But you haven't seen it. Rabbi, let's try to find it. I'll pin it if I can find it. Rabbi. It's one of my 23 accounts.
Hey, Rabbi, I sent you a picture of me and my family.
We'll never show your family. Oh, that's you.
Yo, Dave.
Oh, really? That's your family?
Dave, do you remember?
Oh, my God bless.
Do you remember when Judith was like, "Is that what you look like?" That's exactly what I expected Dave to look like. He said you look like a retard. You remember that?
No.
Dude, I remember rolling on the floor laughing so hard.
No, you do have a healthy looking, God bless, bro.
Oh my god. I'm just kidding. Judith is fat as fuck. Fuck that guy.
This nigga got 4 kids.
Ooh, children.
Well, that's good, bro. Especially in Canada when you see people have like a normal household, like that's something.
We are the remnant.
Bro, I was asleep on Clubhouse. Kinda got woken up like midway through the night, and all I heard was Rabbi on the mic, like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you wasting time?"
Oh, yesterday?
I was fucking sleeping. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yesterday I just came in. Like, do you guys have a fucking hobby? Do you have something? Like, I'm talking about the same damn shit every damn day. All
I was sleeping. You woke me up though. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're still talking about the same shit, bro. It's like, it's you guys are thick.
Well, Rabbi, I'm just learning about this shit. I've only been, like,
Yeah.
it's new to me, so.
Chase was like,
This is
Gaza 2 months ago.
No, I wasn't. I was neutral.
Oh, Chase is the one nigger cut. Bro, Chase is a nigger and he's in the business of selective learning. Like, that's just
No,
what
I'm not.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
starting to think I might be a graper.
I love, yeah, after the Sonic Quintus thing, I am starting to agree, bro. Yeah.
I mean, I would say that
You just don't like the Jews because they took your land, money, and bitches. And
well,
you
Chase,
don't
you
like them
can't be a
because of that.
groiper. You can't be a groiper if you're pro-Israel. You just can't.
I'm not trying to be a groiper. I don't give a fuck about Nick Fuentes.
He's
He's
not.
a smart guy.
He's a white nigger cock. My issue with the Jews, bro.
You don't like the Jews because they took your land, money, and bitches.
Bro, how many times did I say that I don't like Zionists? My issue is with the Jews, bro, not with the Zionists.
Because they took your land, money, and bitches.
I'm still pissed about Austria and Germany and how they
The
came
reason
in.
why Rabbi
Germany was built by Germans for Germans.
He's so retarded, bro. He doesn't understand that
The reason why he can't get a girlfriend is because of the Jews.
In many ways, I appreciate Israel over Palestine in many ways, bro. You don't know who you're talking to. My issue isn't with.
I'm talking to a Palestinian Jewcock.
No, he's not Palestinian.
He is. He's Jordanian. And
Well, Jordanian.
People just don't realize that. They're the same thing.
Well, I mean, George.
Well, Palestinian's not a real place anymore.
Exactly. They're Jordanian refugees.
My
As
parents.
a Narnian.
Regardless, I am Palestinian. And regardless, I prefer Israel over Palestine in many ways. Not in all ways, but in many ways. My issue isn't Israel, bro. My issue is the Jews. Why can't I understand?
Last year I went to a shawarma place in St. Catharines,
Yeah.
and the guy there behind the counter could hardly speak English. I'm like, where are you from? And he's like, I'm from Palestine. I'm like, where is that? Is that even a country? And he was so offended, man. It was absolutely hilarious. I'm like, I never heard of Palestine. Like, that's not a country, right? And he would, I could just tell, like, he hardly spoke English, but he was mad.
Well, that's well, it's now going to be a country, but it's a territory. Now it's a
Chase,
territory,
you do have to understand that as smart and even as kind and however you may feel about the Jews, okay, you do have to understand that you're talking to a group of people that are very they wordsmith a lot. No, they use wordsmithery. They're Hasbara, basically. I mean, it's just, you have to take what they say and you can't completely buy into it ever.
They will accept you as their friend, but you will always be loyal.
I don't know why you think that
beneficial to be, an ally to Israel.
That's because
that's
it is.
all
That's because it is,
Hasbara.
you cock. It is.
Okay, hold on.
You know,
I fully support Israel defending themselves. However, I would say that it is not beneficial for America to be an ally in the Middle East. It is of no strategic importance.
listen,
Israel's been caught selling American intel to the Chinese, and they've also been caught lying to America.
tell you what.
I don't think they're the best, most valuable ally in the world. Like,
They are.
they're very,
No, they are.
no, they're not.
Listen.
There's a lot.
Listen, I'm
There's a
going to
lot.
tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what's
So,
going on.
Mr. Marno, say basically.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't have time to do this. Listen.
Oh, you don't have time. You don't have time to say why they're the most.
No, I'm explaining to you that I
Explain
have a
my
date
ass.
in 5
Explain
minutes.
my
you
mouth,
bitch. I have a date. I'm going to get my dick wet, and then I'm going to come back if you're still here.
Nobody
Alright.
believes you have a
I'm
date.
going to get my dick wet,
Why
and
is
I'll be
that?
back in a little bit.
Nobody believes you have a date.
You're all thinking about me fucking a bitch, because that's what's going to
Oh,
happen. I'll see you later.
child. No more eroticism.
Good luck, Elkie. I think you'll need it.
Well, we love you like our child anyways, so.
You know, a Jewish girl asked me for my number the other day. I told her we don't use numbers here.
But you're technically at home with us, Chase, here, amongst the Goyim.
No, he just cuts for the Jews. He doesn't know shit. He has selective learning, as I said a million times. And he got destroyed with Talmud. He doesn't know shit about Talmud, but he wants to defend it even when he doesn't know it because he's into that hypnosis stuff, like he's selective learning, which is fine. It doesn't hurt me. I love people like Chase because they don't really do well in the markets. I'm just telling you what it is, bro. The truth is what it is. Today, you have to be involved in the markets. More and more people are being involved in the markets. And people who suffer from that syndrome are not going to do good, which means less money for them, more money for me. And that's how it works.
You sound just like a Jew.
I am more Jewish than the Jews, bro, by faith and by blood. Essentially, that's what it is. I'm a Christian Palestinian. Shit. So we are the descendants of Jews who actually followed the Jewish Messiah, whereas the Jews are like fucking Yiddish converts from like, I don't know, Central Europe or some shit. They're the real goy. Anyways, Chaser Grace will be chasing my ball sack. Give it a while.
Like, I had no problem with Israel bombing people that bomb them, whatever. I don't give a shit. I just don't want to pay for it. And I don't think they're that big of an ally.
I don't mind paying for it as long as there's a return on investment.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't want to pay for it because there is no return on investment. I don't think Israel is some great strategic ally. I don't buy that.
No one can explain it. No one can explain why. You should listen to the Nick Fuentes interview. It's actually very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting.
I listened to lots of Nick
Are you
Fuentes.
talking about the one with Tucker Carlson?
Yes, Carl Tuckerson. That's
Oh, I didn't know that one was born.
It's actually very interesting.
I think it's interesting.
Hey, maybe to me because I'm not a Nick Fuentes guy. I don't usually listen to him. But
Yeah.
it's not really taught me a lot about him and why, whatever, and how things developed and what happened to him. I didn't know what happened to him through college. Like that's why.
Yeah. So you remember that protest where they took down that statue of Lee?
Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
I love.
He was there. That's when he started to get big.
Yeah, I love Robert E. Lee. I think what's his name? Abraham Lincoln was a faggot, 100%. Child. Oh, I wish I was born in the land of cotton. Sing with me. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, Pepe. I expect you to know that song. Look away, Dixieland. No? You guys suck.
Ken, I'm
Didn't
I-
Where I
Dixieland,
was early on one frosty morning. Look away, Dixieland. Continue it. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie.
I've heard it maybe once or twice.
Hoorah, hoorah. Dixieland, I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. But I'm so disappointed in you, bro.
To be fair, I'm not none of my family comes from the South, and I don't really care for the South.
No, but now you just suddenly change. Like you're to my mind now you're more like talk the talk rather than walking.
Well, I'm not a Southerner.
Away down south in Dixie. I'm not a Southerner. I'm not even American. How come do I know?
All right, no idea.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the point. Look, Pepe, you need to put the trust of Allah in your heart, and He will watch over you.
Fuck that.
Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? What's your problem with Allah?
Well, I mean, Allah is God, but I don't know if you're trying to tell me Muhammad or.
Yeah, Muhammad. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa
Nope.
Prophet of Allah.
Who do you dislike more, like Muslims or Jews?
Jews.
I gotta disagree with you about that.
Why? I mean,
Say again?
there is a competition between the two, but I think Jews are much more problematic. They're much more immoral.
So what's worse about Muslims over Jews?
Muslims are worse than Jews in the sense that Muslims are not worse than Jews. They're only worse than Jews because they're more numerous. So in the areas where the Muslims are worse, it's because they're more numerous. It's not because they are inherently worse. I can't think of an area where they're worse, if I'm being honest with you.
No, they live in a good
By the way, Pepe, Allah is not God. Allah is another form of Lucifer or Satan.
Say what?
Allah is not God.
Why do you disagree, Devil?
Well, have you ever lived with Muslims before? Or like
Yes.
for a long period of time?
Yes, I'm raised in a country 98% Muslims.
Oh, well, oh shit, I don't know, well, if you hate the Jews, but I would hate Muslims more when my military service is literally tied with how much I fucking pray a day.
I mean, I still don't think.
It's the atheist Catholic piece of shit we should kill.
I mean, so you hate the Muslims because they actually believe in their religion, whereas the Jews don't. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I hate them because they believe in a religion that literally wants me beheaded or flint, or what's the word for whipping again?
Sure.
Well, I mean, Jews, I think there are some of them that do think that Christians should be killed because we're idol worshippers.
Everything people accuse the Muslims of, the Jews are guilty of. It's just literally every single thing. So you can come to anything. Come to me with anything. Go ahead.
Well, I never went to with a lot of Jews myself, so we could agree there.
But you're
I
right.
would say this. Do you know that it's like in the news? So they did the largest geofencing operation in the United States, where they're basically tracking all cell phones that go like near a church, like certain churches and stuff. That way they can target them with pro-Israel, I guess, messaging and advertising. And then they are also training the chat GPT and all of that to put out favorable, like, pro-Israel content. Like, they just bought TikTok. They just changed the algorithm on X. Like, to me, this is such that blatant level of foreign interference of trying to, like, censor Americans and, like, only show what, and basically limit what we can see is to me, that is such bullshit.
I'm not sure what you. Give me something you think the Muslims are. Okay, because when you ask who do you hate more, the Jews or who do you think? I don't hate anybody really, but who is worse? I would say the Jews are worse than Muslims. I don't need to think about it. It's very clear to me. Can you tell me why anyone would think Muslims are worse? In what way are Muslims worse than Jews? Not in terms of behavior, because I told you, the only reason the Muslim does certain things that the Jew doesn't is because he's more numerous and he has the power to do so. The Jew doesn't. But in principle, how is the Muslim worse than the Jew in principle? I can't think of a single thing. I'm all ears though if you guys have something. Hello? Nothing. Okay, amazing. So that's what I'm telling you. This is what it boils down to.
But the Jews don't rape women on the streets, do they?
It's okay for the Jew to rape a non-Jew.
It's okay for them to do it, but they don't tend to do it as much as the Muslims do.
So that's what I'm saying. If they don't do it, that's because they're not as numerous. But they can do it. There's nothing wrong with it in their belief. You see, so it's like I'm not sure. I'm not sure I agree with that. The Muslim again. I just don't see how Muslims are worse. You're saying what? The Muslims rape non-Muslims? Well, the Jews should can do the same. And in fact, if a Jew kills if a non-Jew kills a Jew, then the non-Jew deserves to die. But if the Jew kills the non-Jew, then the Jew is without blemish. Same goes for rape. Same goes for all of these things. It doesn't matter. In fact, the Muslim believes all humans are human. They're not Muslim. Okay, they're infidels, but they're humans. The Jew doesn't believe that. The Jew believes only the Jews are Bani Adam. Only the Jews are the sons of Adam. Non-Jews are like cattle. Okay, so in what way are the Muslims worse than Jews? I'm missing it. Hey, what do I know? I just know the Torah and the Talmud and the Quran. I'm just telling you, there's no way there's zero ways where the Muslims are worse than the Jews.
Don't Muslims engage in far more bestiality than Jews?
No, because according to Judaism also, if you're a child, you can fuck an animal. If you're a man, if you're a boy under 9, you can fuck an animal and you're without blemish. The Jews just are more restrictive. For the Muslims, if you fuck an animal and then wash, it's okay. According to some narrations. For the Jews, it is okay if you're under 9. Although the Torah tells you no. But again, since when do Jews care about Torah, they care about Talmud. So in that, they're also worse because the Muslims care about the Quran. The Jews don't care about the Torah, they care about the Talmud. Okay, so the Torah tells you, if you check Leviticus chapter 20, I think, what was it? It was verse, either verse 10 or verse 15, it's one of them. It's 15, I suppose. It tells you that you can't fuck an animal. If you fuck an animal, both you and the animal are to be put to death. Now the Talmud tells you no. If you are a kid, you can do it. Amazing. So yeah, what else?
So, one time I saw this Muslim guy, he was fucking a dog. And one time I saw this Muslim guy fucking the exhaust pipe of a car. You know how you have that little pipe at the back of the car, exhaust pipe? And the guy was literally having sex with the exhaust pipe.
Sorry, I was thinking about something. Sorry, can you repeat that again?
One time I saw this Muslim guy, he was an adult, right? Probably his mid-40s, and he was fucking a dog, having sex with a dog. And another time, I saw this Muslim guy, he was having sex with the exhaust pipe of a car. But he was trying to fuck the car from the exhaust pipe.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean anything. There's nothing wrong against that with Judaism. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm just trying to get you to give me ways where Muslims are worse than Jews. That's it. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm just saying, like, I've never seen Jews actually do these things, right?
But they don't
I've never
have.
seen a Jew fuck a dog before.
You haven't seen Jews fuck little kids? Like Epstein, for example?
Yeah, but that's different from fucking a dog. Like, most Muslims try to fuck little kids too.
Epstein did nothing wrong. Well, he didn't do anything wrong. What about the New York synagogue? The child rape tunnels, do you remember those?
Yeah, but like most mosques are used as like places to rape children too.
Where's your evidence for that?
Like thousands of news reports.
Okay, so then okay, fine. So you know what? I'll give you that. Well, I mean, Muslims do have pedophilia. Yeah, no one can deny Muslims have pedophilia, but what I'm saying is that Jews do also. It's so funny. The Jews believe that Rebecca was 3 years old when she got married and had sex. According to Talmud. Now, according to Torah, you will find that she is carrying water. What kind of 3-year-old carries water? Okay, again, the Jews don't care about Torah, they care about Talmud. So I believe in the Torah. The Torah doesn't have any of that retarded stuff, pedophilia and all of whatever. The Jew doesn't believe in Torah. He claims he does. He only studies it and knows about it through the Talmud, which does say that, yeah, you can fuck little children. I can even tell you where it says that. I've done it a million times. Like, the Jew has no leg to stand on when it comes to calling Muslims pedophiles. Yes, the Muslims are pedophiles, and so are all the rabbis, because the rabbis are telling you can fuck girls as long as they're under 3. And you fuck boys as long as they're under 9. You see what I mean? Hold on. I've got amazing ass piss. Okay, all this to say that doing distinctions between these two is really futile.
I used to say this, Frank Williams told me that the Muslims are basically the Jews' favorite little toys.
I mean, hey, one example of that is with the interview, the Nick Fuentes interview, the recent one. I mean, he did say that Ben Shapiro and the crowd tried to cancel him using the Muslims. So they said that this guy is Islamophobic, and based on that, we want him to be cancelled, and we're gonna try to get the leftists basically to oppose him. They wanna basically they're trying to cancel them both on the right and the left. So, yeah, that's one case where Ben Shapiro was trying to use Islam, although he is arguably Islamophobic and all these silly things. Even he says Islamophobia isn't a thing, right? But anti-Semitism is a thing. You know, this is very double standards, bro. I'm just telling you, it's futile. Like, why? I don't see the difference. I oppose pedophilia, period. Pedophilia, I disagree with pedophilia. Neither of them can say so at the theological level. See what I mean? I disagree with double standards. We're all equal under the law. Okay, they don't believe that. Neither Muslims nor Jews believe that we are equal under the law. Okay, so like, and on and on and on and on, but you would find that they're both very much in line with one another, and they're both so far away from our morality and our values. In your case, nigga, what you want because you're Indian. So you don't like the Muslims, essentially, is what it is, and I get that. I totally get that. I'm not a big fan of Islam, you know, but I'm not gonna sit here and claim that. Oh, you know, the Jews are good because I want to fight Muslims. But hey, but you know what? Like, but why is the Jew better than the Muslim? They're the same. They believe in the same things.
They just don't have the numbers to be like a sufficient threat. We'll say like they're.
Oh, really? I mean, they don't need numbers.
Yeah, they don't need numbers. They don't. They're far smarter and cleverer than Muslim.
I wouldn't even say that they're clever. They just have finance. I've never met a clever. Like again, clever based on what? Like people say that, but based on what? My interaction with Jews has been the opposite. Like I don't.
They've been fucking 10 steps ahead of everybody. What are you talking about?
Smart. My interactions with them have been very, very underwhelming. Like I just don't. I don't.
Yeah, like the average Jew is pretty dumb, but like they've been able to like make every country in the world. They've been able to like destroy the nuclear family structure in almost every country in the world, and like make all the women turn into whores.
Well, it's called communism and control and banking and all. Like I mean, they do control the media, they do control the banking sector, and they do control of that sort. Obviously, it's easy for them to influence. They're very influential people, without doubt. But that's not all of them. See, that's the thing. Most Jews don't have shit. In terms of the average Jew is nothing. Like it's very few families that have everything. But I know a lot of Jews in my real life who they don't have shit. They're poor. They're not super highly educated, but they're poor. They're relatively simple. Like these people definitely don't control the banks or the media. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But like those influential people, like the influential billionaire class, those don't even exist in the Muslim community. Like, yeah, there's a lot of petrodollar fakes who are billionaires, right? But they're like 30 IQ points less or 40 IQ points less than.
I totally disagree. Arab investors are the best investors out there. If you're talking about the Saudi investors, talking about the UAE investors, oh boy, these guys are really good at what they do. And they look, and you know, but I can give you this, that they don't even have big hedge funds. Like, where are the hedge funds? Where are all that stuff? They don't really have it. Finance is more in the West. But that's fine. That doesn't mean they're dumb. But you know what? Fine, let's assume they are dumb. I disagree, but let's assume they are. They're not immoral. So you can find the UAE and all of these are very rich people, like we're talking billions and billions. But you don't find them spreading degeneracy and promoting blasphemy, promoting broken families, promoting LGBT.
Yeah, but don't they fuck kids? Don't they fuck kids like when nobody's like in the confines of their houses?
They don't promote that, no.
But then, like, I do know a lot of kids get trafficked specifically for the sheikhs.
I don't know where about that.
It was known as.
There's like an entire like child trafficking ring.
I don't
That
know where,
doing.
bro, I don't know where that was Epstein. I don't know where you got that from. What I can tell you is
I
that
think it was a sheikh of Kuwait. I think it was a sheikh of Kuwait. He was,
I don't know. I don't know about that. It could be true that someone does something, but they don't promote it. So you don't. So like, look, there are a lot of sexual scandals in like Dubai, for example, like with OnlyFans girls going there and getting fucked and doing weird things. Okay, so this billionaire does things, but he doesn't promote things. He doesn't promote and want to spread LGBTQ in society. He doesn't promote and spread the broken households. He doesn't try. They don't do that. So I'm telling you. So that's not how Muslims operate. So they have vices, sure, but I'm not worried about the Muslim when it comes to my family. I'm not worried about the Muslim in the sense that he will create a future where my children are rebellious against all things traditional. I'm not worried about that with the Muslim. I'm not worried about my kids being put in a situation where because of their gender, they're going to be targeted, or in terms of because the Muslims have, believe it or not, they're really not misogynistic. But they do believe that there's like there's no difference between me and the Muslim in that regard. I do believe women are different than men. That doesn't mean we need to, we hate women. That's not what it means. But I'm not worried. For example, the Muslim doesn't. I'm not scared of the Muslim. When it comes to the future being hardcore LGBTQIA2S+, I'm not worried about any of that. I'm not worried from the Muslim when it comes to my kid being brainwashed into doing trans stuff. Otherwise, he's gonna kill himself or whatever. Like, that's not a thing. Okay, so there's a lot of Jewish involvement there, bro. So you see, so I'm not sure why people would assume the Muslim is worse. I really don't get it.
But the reason the Jews promote these things is because they don't have the numbers to fight a conventional war. They're such a small community, but they have like so much money, so much influence. So this is the easiest way for them to fight the war, so like destroy other communities.
I totally get that, and that makes perfect sense. I totally get that, but then as a result, they are definitely much worse because they don't practice vices, and that's that. They try to get everyone else to be on board. Highly immoral, and that's kind of the issue here. The Muslim doesn't do that. So yes, the Muslim might believe that he can marry a child, just like the Jew, by the way. But he's not trying to fuck everyone's child. If he does try to fuck everyone's child, he's not trying to normalize pedophilia. It's not the Muslims funding all the LGBTQ, all the non.
They don't normalize it, like they don't preach pedophilia, but they all try to practice it.
They don't push it in legislation. Plus, I've never seen a group that's big like Israel, or not Israel, fuck Israel, the Jews. Personally, bro, I've never seen a group that's like we're the victims, but we're in control of the media, social media to say the least, and now not anymore with Elon Musk, but we cancel and ban and mute and like they even acknowledge it. We are the spear, we're leading all these woke movements. They even, if you say it's anti-Semitic, but they say it proudly that we are leaders in this whole woke, whether it be the gays, the BLM stuff, the LGBTQs, trannies, whether it be this and that, all of that stuff, feminism. They admit that they're the leaders of that. Okay, so how are you a minority that is like you're the victim here? Like I just don't get it. I'm not getting it. I don't get it. So it's just not convincing, and a lot of people are not really falling for it. So you're in the US, okay, go out and talk to people, bro. Talk to people, and just ask them, what do you think about that? You'll be surprised by what people tell you. People don't fall for it, man. Anyways, give me a second. Anyways, how did you even get here? It's a.
Understand, world. You enter into it, the deeper it is. Where is the way to the way? What a question. Still, for complicated minds, drastic measures are needed. Lao Tzu's book was written as a response out of grandmotherly kindness. According to the oldest biography, Lao Tzu lived for a long time in the country of Chu, but seeing its decline, he departed. When he reached the frontier, the guard said, "Since you were going away, sir, could you write a book to teach me the art of living?" Thereupon, Lao Tzu wrote his book about the Tao and departed. This is legend, but it is an accurate description of the way in which true teaching happens. He who knows doesn't talk, but words are no hindrance for him. He uses them as he would use gardening tools. When someone asks, he answers. Tao Te Ching. 1. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The unnameable is the eternally real. Naming is the origin of all particular things. Free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestations. Yet mystery and manifestations arise from the same source. This source is called darkness. Darkness within darkness. The gateway to all understanding. 2. When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. Being and non-being create each other. Difficult and easy support each other. Long and short define each other. High and low depend on each other. Before and after follow each other. Therefore the master acts without doing anything and teaches without being anything. Things arise and she lets them come. Things disappear and she lets them go. She has but doesn't possess, acts but doesn't expect. When her work is done, she forgets it. That is why it lasts forever. 3. If you overesteem great men, people become powerless. If you overvalue possessions, people begin to steal. The master leads by emptying people's minds and filling their cores, by weakening their ambition and toughening their resolve. He helps people lose everything they know, everything they desire, and creates confusion in those who think that they know. Practice not doing, and everything will fall into place. 4. The Tao is like a well, used but never used up. It is like the eternal void, filled with infinite possibilities. It is hidden but always present. I don't know who gave birth to it. It is older than God.